Hello, guys, and welcome to the Caverns of Time special arena event card review with the arena specialist Amaz, which is me. So what's gonna happen is there's gonna be a special arena mode that's available starting from June 11th. So when this video is up, it's gonna be around 4 or 5 days before it starts. So that's why you guys should watch my stream, okay? Which is happening every day from 6 a.m. Pacific time. So make sure you guys tune in live to watch me play. And if you can't, well, we're still gonna put on YouTube stuff. So what's happening in Caverns of Time? Well, they're basically introducing exclusive special Caverns of Time themed cards that you can draft in arena mode. So these cards, you can't discover them. You can't like get them from RNG effects. You can only draft them, okay? So let's go ahead and dive in to what cards actually are in the set. First of all, we have a legendary already. We have Chromie. 4 mana 4/4 legendary, that's neutral. So let's start with all the neutral cards first. And it says Battlecry, shuffle 4 historical epochs into your deck, okay? And what an epoch is let me just go ahead and say, so there's 4, right? So the first one is Battle for Mount Hyjal. It gives your minions +2/+2, and then you draw a card, and then you cast this when drawn. So basically, it doesn't even cost 4 mana. It's just a card that when you draw it, you just buff all your minions, and then you draw another card. The next one is Calling of Strathholm. It's just basically a consecration, and then you draw a card, cast this one, draw. They're all like that, right? These are all the templates. And then we have Escape from Durnhold, which is the Thrall one. Add 2 random spells to your hand. So kind of like a Arcane Intellect. And then the final one is Opening the Dark Portal, which adds 2 random legendary minions to your hand and also cantrips as well. So easy to say that Chromie is like an insane card because you just shuffle 4 effects to your deck that's all beneficial to you, and it's just gonna be good. So I think Chromie is like an easy slam jam 5-star card because all 4 they don't ruin your deck, right? Because you just draw another card when you get them, and they're all like ridiculous, like getting a free consecration, getting a free draw 2, and then like buffing your minions randomly by +2/+2, can you just randomly win the game. So easy 5 stars for Chromie. Also the stat line of Chromie is pretty good. All right, next up we have Infinite Murloc. It's a cute little Murloc. It's a 1 mana 1/1, and as a battle cry, shuffle an Infinite Murloc into your deck. So this is the same thing, but then it also buffs all your future Infinite Murlocs by +1/+1. So the first one you play is a 1 mana 1/1, and then you play the next one. It's gonna be a 1 mana 2/2. And then it's gonna be a 1 mana 3/3 and so on. So it's kind of like a Jade Murloc, right? It's kind of like a Jade Idol where you just play this and then you shuffle one in your deck and then you just play it again. This is interesting because if you have this card, you never fatigue, right? Because it's a battle cry. Your opponent can't like silence it and you don't get the Infinite Murloc. So it's interesting to get one in control decks. Obviously really good with Warlock because like there are some decks which don't want to actually draw 1 mana card late game. But yeah, this is actually kind of interesting in those control decks. Next up, we have another legendary. It's Murozond, the evil version of Nozdormu, of course. 7 mana 6/6 dragon. And it says Battlecry. From now on, your turns are 15 seconds. And you draw 2 extra cards. So basically, you draw 3 cards a turn. And you have the Nozdormu effect on you, even when this dies, right? So this is from now on. So this is like a permanent effect. We do know that it's kind of scary because Aluneth is not really a good weapon in Arena because when you play Aluneth, you can't destroy it because you're a mage, right? And then you fatigue because you draw too fast. So this does have a little risk to it. If you draft Murozond, my recommendation to you is draft the lower curve so you can actually play out all your cards really, really quickly, right? It is a neutral, so you can see it in every single deck. And of course, hopefully you're not taking a bathroom break or something because if your turns are 15 seconds, you gotta go fast, okay? There's no time to do anything else. But this is a pretty good card too. So I would give Murozond like a I would give Murozond a 4 stars. 4 stars. I think it's reasonable. Oh, by the way, the Infinite Murloc, I would give it 3 stars. Alright, next up we have Possibility Seeker. It's a 4 mana 4/5 dragon that says Battlecry. Shuffle your hand into your deck and then draw that many cards. So you basically get a full free mulligan attached to a Yeti, which is actually kind of interesting because you don't need to play this on curve, right? Like, obviously, sometimes you want to play a 4-mana 4/5, and that's good. But sometimes you can actually hold this and not play it, right? Like, imagine you're playing a deck with like Raven Caller or like Igneous Elemental, right? You add these 1-mana cards to your hand that you don't really want anyways. So then you play this, and then you change the 1-mana cards to actual cards. So I think Possibility Seeker is actually ridiculous. Like, this is actually just ridiculous. I think it's just a better Yeti. And I think this card is very, very cool. Very fun to play. Because it's not overpowered, right? Like, if your opponent plays this, they just play a Yeti. But it's really good if you can combo this out. So I would give this 4 stars. I think it's really good. And I think, like, you would just always pick this card. Alright, next up, we have Stasis Dragon. For 6 mana, you get a 10/10 dragon. But it starts dormant. So it's kind of like the Darkness, where it doesn't awake yet. But it does awake with Rush after 2 turns. So you play it, it rests for 2 turns, and then you have a 10/10 Rush minion. So really, really good stat-wise, right? However, you do need to kind of wait for it. Because it's kind of Resident Sleepering, right? And after it's Resident Sleepers for 2 times, it goes like SMorc. Oh, not really, because it's Rush, right? I still think this is pretty good, right? Because it's like really big. And the good thing about Stasis Dragon is that your opponent can't actually interact with it, right? So say you play Stasis Dragon on turn 6, your Warlock opponent can't Siphon Soul it because it's dormant. Dormant creatures cannot be targeted, right? Like, it's kind of like Sherazin, right? And also the Darkness, where you can't just target it. So it does have a little board protection. So I think it's actually better than it looks. Because sometimes you just don't want to overextend into a board, right? Like if you're playing against Mage or something, and then they're gonna Flame Strike, well, you just play Stasis Dragon, and if they Flame Strike, it doesn't matter, because you just play the card that's gonna get better later on. So I think Stasis Dragon is a 3-star card. I think it's reasonable. Alright, next up we have Temporal Anomaly, which is kind of weird because this is a neutral card. It's a 2-mana 2/2 elemental that says when you draw this, add a random spell to your hand from your class. So it's a miracle concept, right? It reminds me of the miracle thing from MTG and like Fate from Eternal. So it's like the different card games. So this card is bonkers. Alright, this card is already very bonkers because it's a 2-mana 2/2 that draws you a card. And it's not even a battle cry. It's a when you draw this. So it's even better than a battle cry. Right? Like, this card is actually just ridiculous. Obviously better in some classes than others, because there are some classes that have better spells. So for example, if you play this in like, oh, I don't know, if you play this as Rogue, it might not be as good if you play this in like Priest, right? Like Priest, Paladin, they have good spells, whereas like Warriors, Rogues, you know, the weapon classes, they don't really have good spells, like Hunter or whatever. This is really, really, really good. Also, like, works a lot with like mulligans. So you keep this in your starting hand and you start with like a 5-card starting hand. Yeah, this card is just really good. I think this is actually a 5-star card. A 2-mana 2/2 draw card is already really good. And this one, you don't even need to cast it to draw the card. No, I think this is 5 stars. I think this is ridiculous. Alright, next up we have a 15-mana card. We haven't seen any of those before. 15 mana, 8/8, Time-Bound Giant. It costs 1 less for each card you've drawn. So basically it lasts forever, right? So which card you draw in this game, it costs 1 less. This is ridiculous. Right? This is actually ridiculous because by the time you draw your 8th card, it's turn 8, right? So then 15 minus 8 is 7 mana. So by the time you can realistically play this card, it's a 7 mana 8/8. Does that make sense? Right? Because like you draw 8 cards, it's turn 8, this is 7 mana 8/8. What if it's like later than that? This can actually be even like a 0 mana 8/8. And what if you even accelerate it? Like if you're playing Warlock, or if you're playing like, you know, Arcane Intellect or Loot Hoarders or whatever, this can get really out of hand. So I think Time-Bound Giant is ridiculous. I think this is also 5 stars because you can play for 0 mana. Any cards that you can play for 0 mana is automatically OP. So like, it's really, really good. Alright, next up we have Timeline Witness. 3 mana 2/4. Instead of drawing your normal card each turn, discover a card from your deck. Oh, what? Oh my god, this card is also ridiculous. Okay, it's not as good as the ones previously because it does need to live a turn. And also, it doesn't work on Arcane Intellect because it only works on your first draw in each turn, right? Because it says instead of drawing your normal card, it's not like extra cards, right? So it only works on your turn. So it needs to live a turn for it to be good. However, this man, this is actually ridiculous. Because you draw your best card in your deck. So I think this is also really good. It's not, once again, it's not as good as the other ones. And 3 mana 2/4, the stat line is not as good. So I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I'll give this I want to give this 4 stars. But I think realistically it's only 3 stars. I think it's 3. Let's give it 3 stars. I don't think it's that ridiculous. But it's pretty ridiculous because you get to choose. You get to smooth out your curve, right? 3 stars is still a good card. Alright, next up we have Timeway Wanderer. For 5 mana, you get a 6/3, which is very weird stat line, right? That's very weird. Battlecry, discover a spell, okay. Reduce its cost by 5, and then put it on top of your deck. Okay, what? Okay, that's... What? Okay, that's ridiculous, okay? So, this says, basically, make your next card really good. It doesn't draw your card because it puts it on top, right? So you actually lose a card. You don't lose a card, you just don't get a draw card. But once again, imagine you play this and then next turn you play Ultimate Infestation, right? What face, dude? Oh my god. Once again, better in some classes than others. But this card is also ridiculous. Because it makes it cost 5 less. Why does it make it cost 5 less? This is ridiculous. I can't imagine this being bad. I just cannot imagine this card being bad. Okay, sure, it's 3 health, but it's also 6 attack. Why does it need to be 6 attack? It's 6 attack. Now, Timely Wanderer is ridiculous. I think it's 5 stars in the right classes and 4 stars in the classes that are just not that they can't take advantage of this that much. So the right classes would be something like Priest, Druid, Mage. Those classes are the right classes. So yeah, 5 stars or 4 stars. Alright, finally, the last neutral card we're gonna get is Wildlands Adventurer. For 5 mana, you get a 5/5, so very good solid stats. What does it say? Battlecry. Add a random card from the Hall of Fame into your hand. Holy Jesus Christ. Okay, this card is ridiculous. Okay, 5 mana 5/5 draw a card is insane, right? But then you also get an insane card. Okay, sure, some Hall of Fame cards are pretty bad, like Conceal, Ice Block. Those are pretty bad. But what if you get Sylvanas and Ragnaros and Azure Drake? Stuff like that. That's ridiculous, right? You can't get Dr. Boom, because Dr. Boom is actually just in the wild set, not the Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame is the cards that they actually banned. But yeah, there's some really... Even if you get Icelands, I think it's fine. Because it's 5 mana 5/5 draw a card. I think Wildlands Adventure is insane. You always pick it. I don't think you ever not pick it. I think it's 4 stars. I think this card is insane. There has to be some really, really good card to pick over this, right? So 4 stars. Onwards to the class cards. Each class is getting 2. It's getting 2 cards, right? So first of all, we are gonna get from Storm of Druid. We have Flash Forward for Druid. So 3 mana says each player gains 2 mana crystals and draws 2 cards. What a weird ass card, right? So 3 mana, each person plays 2 Wild Growths and Arcane Intellect. That is just the weirdest thing ever. I think this one's just too weird. Because the problem with this card is your opponent gets to use the crystals first. So you're always kind of behind. I think you can abuse this. If you draft a very expensive deck, you could use this pretty well. If you're playing an aggro deck, this is also not bad. Because you just draw cards and you just play a lot of stuff and just overwhelm your opponent. But I think the problem with this card is that it's a dead draw a lot of time. A way to also use this is to mill your opponent. So if you're playing against Priest or Warlock, this is okay. But man, I'm not really a big fan of this one though. I think I'm gonna give this 1 star. I don't think I like this. You don't want to accelerate. Yeah, I'm gonna give this 1. This is not that good. Alright, next up we have Harbinger of Catastrophe. Oh my god, what the heck is that name, dude? 6 mana 6/7 dragon. Wow, 6 mana 6/7. Okay, so that's Bodofist Ogre, yeah? At the start of your turn, summon the highest cost minion from each player's deck. Pyro on! Okay, this one is a little weird too, right? So like if you drafted like a 10 mana 12/12 or whatever, then this is pretty good. If you drafted like Lich King or Ysera, this is really good. Man, this one's a weird one. I think you can abuse this somehow, and it's also a 6 mana 6/7, so it can't be bad. But the problem with this card also is that your opponent gets to attack with their biggest creature first, right? Because the creature you pull out is gonna be sleeping, so you can't attack with it immediately. I think this card is still fine though. I'll give it 3 stars. I think there's enough ways to abuse this because druids do have a lot of high costing minions, right? Like the Grizzle Guardian for 8 mana 3/5 that recruits. So I think it's okay. Any 6 mana 6/7 is never not okay. Alright, next up we have Hunter cards. The first one is Chrono Shot. 3 mana for a spell that says return an enemy minion to your opponent's hand and it costs 2 more. So you basically fling a freezing trap like immediately. So it's like instant speed freezing trap. How crazy is this card? You know, this actually kills 9 mana cards and 10 mana cards because they can't actually play them afterwards. If you Chrono Shot like a Ysera, then it's stuck in their hand and they can never play it. Man, this card is really good. This card is actually really good and also exactly what Hunter needs. Because Hunters want to get on the board and then keep on removing their opponent's stuff and then keep on steady shotting your opponent and stuff like that. Man, Chrono Shot is really good. I think this is a 5-star card. Wait, this is actually really good. I like this card. This card is really, really good. Right? Your opponent plays like a Witchwood Grizzly, which usually is like, oh, I can't win anymore because it's a big taunter. But then you just play this, and then they can't even replay next turn. But this card is ridiculous. Okay, I like this card. This card is ridiculous. It's a 5-star card. Very good for Hunters. Onwards to Infinite Wolf. 4 mana 5/5 beast. Wow, 4 mana 5/5 beast and as rush. Okay. After this attacks, shuffle it into your deck. And then give future Infinite Wolves +2/+2. Okay, so the first one is a 4 mana 5/5 rush. Second one is a 4 mana 7/7. And then 4 mana 9. Oh, yikers, dude. Wait, what? This is ridiculous. Wait, this is ridiculous. So basically, you're telling me this is a 4 mana 5 deal 5 damage, right? 4 mana deal 5 damage is really good, right? What card is a 4 mana deal 5? It's like a fireball, right? Not quite. And then if it survives, you basically shuffle a 4 mana deal 7 damage into your hand. And then when it gets big enough, you can just play it, not attack, and then just attack face afterwards. And then you win. Wait, this card is really good. So you either use it as removal, or you just don't attack and then go face. And God bless if you draft 2 of these, right? Holy jeez, if you draft 2 of these, the game is actually over. Holy jeez, no my god. Okay, this card is insane. This card is actually ridiculous. Wait, this is ridiculous. Alright, I'm gonna give this 5 stars. I think this is ridiculous. Like, sure, it shuffles itself, right? So it's not really a 4 mana 5/5. It's more like a 4 mana deal 5 damage to a minion. But like, 4 mana deal 5 damage to a minion is really good, right? And then you get a 4 mana deal 7 this is really good. This is really good. Man, Hunters got 2 really insane cards. Maybe Hunters is actually gonna be the best arena class after this. This is ridiculous. Alright, next up we have Mage. Starting with Cavern Dreamer. For 2 mana, you get a 1/3, so pretty puny. At the end of your turn, add a random spell that costs 2 or less to your hand. At the end of your turn, add a random spell that costs 2 or less. What the hell? That's insane. Wait, this is insane. It's a 2 mana 1/3 that draws you a card at the end of your turn. It's like a Lich King. But then it's a 2 mana Lich King. And then if your opponent doesn't kill it, you get to keep on drawing cards. And this is your random spell, right? So you can actually get other spells from other classes. So you can get like Sap and Backstab. Oh, but then you can also get Deadly Poison, I guess. And like Leeching Poison. Okay, so there's some bad ones. But then I think this is still really good. This is a 2 mana 1/3 draw card. Like, it's gonna be very difficult not to pick this card. It is pretty puny though. I think this is 4 stars. I'll give this 4 stars. I think this is insane. Like, if you just like put it there, it's really good. And now, what do we have next? This spell is called 4 mana spell. It's called Consider the Past. Add 3 random spells from the past to your hand. Wait, that's ridiculous. Wait, that's actually ridiculous. This is like Cabal's Tome, but even better. Wait, this is ridiculous. From the past, right? So you can get like Firelands Portal. Wait, this is ridiculous. 4 mana draw 3? Wait, we haven't ever had a 4 mana draw 3 in the whole game before. What's a 4 mana draw 3? There's no such thing as a 4 mana draw 3. Okay, there's obviously some bad ones. Like you don't want like Tinker's Sharp Sword Oil, right? But then dude, there's so much insane spells. It's spells, okay? Like, here's the thing, right? Spells are automatically better than any card in the game, right? Like if you say you can either just add 3 random cards or add 3 random spells, you will always choose add 3 random spells, because spells are always class cards, and class cards are better than neutral cards, right? This is insane. This is actually insane. So I'm gonna give this 5 stars. This card is ridiculous. 4 mana draw 3. I'm not gonna pass that up. Okay, so Mage got some pretty damn good cards too. Alright, next up we have Paladins. Paladins have for a 1 mana spell, interesting. Blessing of Eons. Give a minion at the start of your turn, gain +1/+1. So it's kind of like gain the Shade of Naxxramas power, right? But it's at the end of your turn instead. Give a minion at the end of your turn, gain +1/+1. Is that good? Is that good? At the end of your turn, right? So it's a 1 mana +1/+1, and then it gets bigger and bigger. I mean, it's okay. I don't think it's insane. I think it's okay. It's kind of like Questing Adventurer, but the thing is, like, it's on a creature. This is on a spell, right? You're gonna kind of double downing on a creature. I'm not really big on this card. I think this is fine, but not that good. Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of this. I'm gonna give this 2 stars. It's kind of cute if you can put it on, like, eggs and stuff, but overall, I think this is a pretty weak card. Yeah, I'm not in love with it. It's a 1 mana 0/0 that has the Shadow's Perfect effect. Yeah, I'm gonna give this 2 stars. Alright, next up we have Bronze Broodmother. 5 mana 5/5 dragon that says when you draw this, summon a 1/1 wee whelp. So it's a 5 mana 6/6. Man, this is really good. Wait, this is also really good. So you have this in your starting hand and you just get a free 1/1. Man, this is really good. I like this card. Cause like the extra effect, you don't even need to play this card. So, right? So if the whole game you draw this card and you never played it, you still got a free 1/1. I like this. I think this is really good. I think this is really, really good. I'm gonna give this 4 stars. Yeah, that's really, really strong. 5 mana 6/6, and it's not even a 5. It might be even like a. It's basically like a 0 mana 1/1 draw card, right? 0 mana 1/1 draw card is really good. Yeah, 4 stars. I think this is okay. All right, onwards to Priest. Oh, come on, Priest! Give me something good. Reminisce. For 2 mana, you get add 2 random cards from your opponent played this game to your hand. Add 2 random cards your opponent played this game to your hand. So 2 mana draw 2. That's really good. And it's your opponent played, right? Huh. I think this is not bad. I think this is okay. Because if your opponent is playing shitty cards, you're gonna win anyways, right? If you're playing, opponent's playing like steeds on steeds, then this is okay. 2 mana draw 2 is a very... 2 mana draw 2 is a very good rate at the end of the day. Like, it's really good. But then if you play it too early on, you're gonna draw some, like, small cards, right? I think this is still good. I still, at the end of the day, the only games that I can't win in Arena is when my opponents have, like, insane decks, right? So I think I value this a little highly than most people, because there's, like, a skill portion to this card. I think this is fine. And also you're giving a class that normally doesn't have a lot of card draw, right? Like Priest is not a class that has a lot of card draw, so I think it's okay. I'm okay with this. I think I like it. I'll give this 3 stars. I think it's pretty good. Alright, and then we have Ripple in Time. 1 mana Priest spell again. It's another spell. Discover a minion, okay? If you play it this turn as Echo, okay, that's ridiculous. Wait, this is really good. Wait, this is really good. Okay, this card is insane. I actually tweeted this out. It's one of the cards that I think are the most OP. Cause like, okay, look. You can play this normally, right? 1 mana Discover a Minion is playable, because Raven Idol is playable, right? Okay. How this card is actually ridiculous is because when you play this on turn 10, when you have 10 when you have 10 mana crystals, right? All the cards are good options. Which is insane. Like, you never have a... Like, Discover cards, usually you have, like, 1 good option out of the 3, right? This one, like, this card, all 3 options are good. Because if it's a 2 mana card, it's literally an 8 mana card. Because you play it 4 times. If it's a 3 mana card, you just play it 3 times. It's a 9 mana card. If it's a 4 mana card, you play it twice. So basically, Ripple in Time just says discover a win condition. So I feel like this card is insane. I can't see how this card is not good. I think this card is actually like pretty close to it's pretty close to FFA level, right? Because like that's what priests just want to do. They just want to get to the late game and just win with like insane like cards, like insane plays and just minions that your opponent can't deal with. I think this is insane. I want to give this 5 stars, but I think realistically it's more 4, because you discover a minion, right? Like you get priest minions a lot. Yeah, you do get priest minions a lot. But man, this card, I think this card is gonna be it. I want to give this 5 stars. I think it's insane. Can I give this 5 stars? Oh man, I want to give this 5 stars. All right, I'll give it 4 stars. I'll give it 4 stars. God damn it. I think this card is still really good though. All right, next up we have Rogue. For 1 mana, you get Deja Vu. Discover a copy of a spell you play this game. Discover a copy of a spell you play this game. Man, this can be so stupid. Man, this is actually insane. This is actually insane. Okay, there's no way. This is actually insane. Cause like imagine if your deck has like sap, so then you now have like a 3 mana sap. Imagine your deck has like backstab or like, you know, assassinate. What other rogue spells are there? Fan of Knives or whatever. You have all these cards in your disposal. You can even get like eviscerate to the face, pickpocket.
Thank you.
Man, Deja Vu is really good because the rogue spells that tend to be really strong, but they tend to be really cheap as well. Man, I think this card is ridiculous. Okay, I'm gonna give this 5 stars. I think this is ridiculous. The fact that you can like duplicate your best cards is just too good. This is 5 stars. What about the next other rogue card? Thief of Futures. For 4 mana, you get a 4/3. Battlecry, add a copy of the top card of your opponent's deck to your hand. This is ridiculous too. There's no way this is not good. Are you kidding me? Okay, it's a 4 mana 4/3 draw card. And you also get to draw the top card of your opponent's deck, which is actually like better than you think, because now you actually know what your opponent has and you can play around it. And then if your opponent drew a good card, then you drew a good card. If your opponent drew a bad card, then who freaking cares, you know? And this is 5 stars. This is ridiculous. I just can't see this being bad. This is insane. It's Battlecry draw a card. It's like Shifting Shade, but Battlecry version. 5 stars. Okay, this is ridiculous. Man, Rogue got 2 5-star cards. Oh man, Rogues are just gonna get even better. Onwards to Shaman now. What do we have in Shaman? Shaman, we have 6 mana 5/7, Master of Realities. Oh damn. Alright, that's a name. After you summon a minion, transform it into a random minion that costs 2 more. Oh my god, this card is OP. Dude, this card is OP. Are you kidding me? It says after you summon a minion, so it works with your hero power as well. So 6 mana 5/7, turn your hero power into summon a random 3-drop, and then God bless if you play something like, oh I don't know, like what if you play like Serenade Chain Gang after you have this on the board? This card is bonkers. This card is... And why is it a 6 mana 5/7? Guys, why is this a 6 mana 5/7? It is so powerful. This is 5 stars. This is actually bonkers. Alright, the other card that Shaman's getting is Stasis Elemental. 4 mana 3/5 Elemental that says Battlecry, freeze a minion until this leaves the battlefield. This is... Okay, what the hell is this? Man, Shaman is getting so hooked up. Okay, Shaman might actually be the best class now. Like, this is insane. 4 mana 3/5, so it's already not bad, right? And then you permanently remove something until they kill this. What if they can't kill this? This is an Assassinate, and you have a 3/5. This is my pick for the best card in this Caverns of Time, so this is 6 stars. Okay? This is 6 stars. This is ridiculous. Like, look at this card! Can you guys not see this card? Oh my god. Easy 6 stars for me, okay? Like, best 4-drop you can play. I can't think of a better 4-drop you want to play than this. Alright? So, Shaman's got 2 really good cards as well. Alright, onwards to Warlock. What is Warlock gonna get? Warlock has a 4 mana Grasp the Future. Very weird. Grasp is such a weird word. Draw 2 cards and they cost 2 less. Okay, what? Okay, what? Wait, what? This card's OP! What the hell, dude? 4 mana, draw 2 cards, they cost 2 less. So you get the 4 mana back. So this is 0 mana, draw 2 cards. Okay, by the way, it's better than that. Because you can play this on turn 4, and then one of the cards is 7 drop, and then you can play the 7 drop on turn 5. How can this be bad? How can this... Tell me how this can be bad. This is ridiculous as well. Alright, this is also ridiculous. I think this is a 5-star. Like, how can you rate Pot of Greed not 5 stars? I think this is 5 stars. Oh wait, actually no, this is Warlock, right? Okay. Well, but let's back up. This is Warlock, where you already have life tap. Okay, fine. This might not be 5 stars then. I'll give this 4 stars. This is Warlock, where you already have life tap. Okay, fine. This might not be 5 stars then. I'll give this 4 stars. If you put this in any other class, it's 5 stars. But it's Warlock, so I'm gonna give this 4 stars, because you already have life tap. You don't want too many of these effects. But it's still a really good card. Let me just say it's a really good card. 4 stars. Alright, next up we have Rift Warden. 7 mana, 5/5 dragon again. Oh, lots of dragons. Okay. Says battle cry, discard a random minion, so from your hand, and then Death Rattle, you summon it. So it's a 7 mana, 5/5. You summon a random minion that you discarded. So it's like 2 cards in 1 in a sense. It's kind of an expensive Cairn, I guess. So it does require a little bit of setup, and it also does make you lose a card. Otherwise, it's just a 7 mana, 5/5. So this one's actually a little bit not that exciting. But then, yeah, the upside is pretty high. I just don't really like this because it doesn't have an instantaneous effect like the other cards that we saw just now. Because most of the other cards are like, you instantly get a battle cry effect. This one has a Death Rattle effect. So, and it's also kind of puny. So I'm not really a big fan of this one, actually. I'm gonna give this 2 stars. I don't think this is gonna work out. You're better off just drafting like a Sated Threshodon, for example. Alright, so Warlock's got 2 cards that probably would be better in other classes, I guess. And of course, finally, we cannot forget about Warrior, yeah? So the first Warrior card we're gonna get is Draconic Herald. 6 mana, 5/6 dragon. So 6 mana, 5/6 is like, you know, a little bit under the curve. Because 6 mana, 6/7, right? So 6 mana, 5/6 dragon. Battle cry. Discover a minion. Give it +3/+3, then put it on top of your deck. Okay, what? What did I just read? 6 mana, 5/6. You discover a minion. Give it +3/+3. And then you draw next turn. Wait, what the hell, dude? This is ridiculous. This is actually ridiculous. Okay, so it's not a 6 mana, 5/6 that draws a card. But it's a 6 mana, 5/6 that draws a +3/+3, right? Like, what's a card that's +3/+3? Like Blessing of Kings, right? Like, kind of like a Blessing of Kings. 6 mana, 5/6, draw a 0 mana cost Blessing of Kings. And then play it next turn on the minion you're gonna play. And you also get to discover a minion. Oh my god, this card is so stacked. Okay? This card is actually ridiculous. Okay, I think this is 5 stars. I think this is like a very easy pick. Cause like when you discover a minion, you just pick the best one. What if you get like a card that's like even better? Like if you get a Rush minion. Or you get Serenite Chain Gang. You know, 4 mana, 2 5/6s. No, this card is busted. 5-star card. And by the way, I love the card art. Card art is pretty cool. And finally, we have Fate Cleaver. It's the only weapon in the set. Of course, warriors get it, because warriors are the master of weapons. Fate Cleaver. 4 mana, 4/2. After this kills a minion, destroy all copies of it wherever they are. This is actually really cool. Like, this is actually really, really good. Why? Because it deals with a lot of stuff. Right? Imagine if your opponent played like Spreading Plague, and then you Fate Cleaver and they all die. Like, it also works on Echo Minions. It also works on multiple copies, right? So if your opponent drafted, oh, I don't know, like 2 or 3 Serenite Chain Gang or something, right? You actually remove them from their hand, or you remove them from the deck. Fate Cleaver is really good. I think this is really, really good. I love this card. Stonehill Defender? Oh wow, Stonehill Defender is actually a perfect target for this. Right? Because if they discovered another Stonehill, then it's gone from their hand. And if they drafted multiple Stonehills because they're pesky paladins, man, this card is actually very nice. And it's a 4 mana 4/2. You're not paying anything for this effect. 5 stars. Easy 5 stars. Man, I'm excited to play some Warrior too when a new build comes out, because these 2 cards are insane. Man, are you guys not excited about this? Oh, it's about time that Blizzard made it. This is actually the first time I've been so excited about this new event since like Dual Class Arena. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. So you guys better be tuning in when it's June 11th because we're gonna be drafting this and we're gonna be so excited and we're gonna have so much fun. So make sure to see you there, okay? So see you YouTube.